Star Wars bootleg / knockoff review. This is Pogo 8021, and it comes with Chancellor Palpatine, more Palpatine, bloody hell. Anakin Skywalker, that looks like an episode 3 based on a newer version of Anakin Skywalker. We have shirtless Darth Maul here, ooh la la. Most recent version of Luke Skywalker from Return of the Jedi, most recent version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. We have The Force Awakens C-3PO, and we have the Old Republic Jedi Knight and Old Republic Sith Lord. And with those two figures, that leaves the Jedi Counselor and the first Sith Lord from the first cinematic trailer for the Old Republic that has not been bootlegged yet. The Sith Troopers have been bootlegged, that Rebel Trooper has been bootlegged, and the Jedi, the female Jedi from the second Old Republic cinematic, I believe, has been bootlegged, and I've seen that before. So, and that Sith Lord from the first cinematic trailer, he's out soon. Pogo or XINH, I saw, you can actually get him now, but I'm going to wait till all 8 figures in the Pogo set has been released as a single set before getting him. That's why I haven't ordered him yet. I don't want to buy the Pogo figures one by one because it's a pain to do that. So once the set is completed, once there are 8 figures released by Pogo in that set, I'll pick up that one and I'll have that Sith Lord for review. And that's one of the figures that I just want, that one figure, and I don't want to get the huge Sith ship. I have no desire for it, but that set is also very expensive just for one figure, so that's probably one of the I don't keep that many bootleg Star Wars figures, but that one and these 2 figures might be ones I keep just because I really don't want to bother with a huge set. I'll buy the figures on keychains and stuff if I don't get the full set, but the Old Republic stuff was never really produced in keychains, so I can't do that, and buying individual figures are really expensive and just not worth it, so I'm not going to do that. Anyway, back to this set itself. So here we are, and before I talk about these figures, I just want to say I've noticed that both between Pogo and XINH, they're slowly releasing all of the minifigures from the version 3 of the LEGO Death Star, the official set. Now version 3, why I'm calling it version 3, because the original one had a slightly updated version where the lightsaber hilts were updated. They don't use chrome ones anymore, they're updated to use more of a metallic plastic so the chrome doesn't rub off and become ugly later on, and some of the faces were altered just slightly, version 2. But the box is completely the same, it's just the production year is a bit different. Now we have the newer Disney one with all of these new figures, like the ones that we can see here, as well as the set itself also has been updated just a tiny bit. So between this one and that, if you have the original Death Star or you have the Lee Pin Death Star, which is based on the original one, and you prefer the newer figures, don't worry, they are slowly coming out. I've already seen them bootlegging the new version of Han Solo that's really down to the hair being more Han Solo-like than just a brown version of this hair. As for the actual official figures, if you've seen my advent calendar for 2016 for the Star Wars set, a few of those, including Luke Skywalker, this version Luke Skywalker is in that set. So eventually we'll be getting all those minifigures from that Death Star updated in smaller and more affordable sets. So here we are. We have the Force Awakens C-3PO here, but he still comes with a plate here that has the Death Star plans. So yeah, kind of inaccurate, but whatever. And just like the official polybag one, he is printed all over. Now his yellow eyes here are printed a little bit off, like they put a bit too much paint on it, but it's not a big issue. And overall he is molded in a metallic gold plastic, and very detailed as well. See, they're printed on the side. Just move his arm out the way. Full leg printing. It's pretty good. And the back too is also printed pretty well. Here we're on the other side of the figure. We can see right there, again, plastic molding issues. There's a little bump on it, didn't mold quite correctly, but you know, the print details are still there. Oh well. The other figures here, they're printed okay. Luke, this looks just fine. Obi-Wan looks fine too, and Anakin here, this side bit here, his little comm, looks a little bit stretched when you look at it from the front, from the side there, so that's a bit off and a bit iffy. And hard to see him, but the prints are all there. And these figures have a very matte finish. They're not as shiny as the official Lego one, but these feel nice in the hand. I like this matte feel. You up at the cross, you get a nice, like a nice smooth sort of feel going on. I like that. I like that more than the shinier sort of feel too. And all of these guys have the back prints when they should. Annoyed Anakin face is kind of funny, and kind of annoyed Luke face is printed a bit too low. The eyes should be a bit more up around here, so it's misprinted. And the back body prints on these are decent enough. They're okay. And just like the official Lego one, I really don't like it as that they've printed the hood on the leg, but they didn't print the side, so it looks weird. As for the bootleg here, you can see this leg here and this leg here, they have extra plastic inside that they didn't quite cut out from the mold. It shouldn't be a big deal. It still fits fine on like Lego studs and all. So I'm just gonna do that now and test it. Sit down, Obi-Wan. You're old. I say it shouldn't affect it, but it definitely is affecting it. You're gonna have to cut somehow sand that down because he's not fitting on this Lego piece. Come on. Yep, he can't go all the way down. Can Luke go all the way down? Kinda. And just before we move on, the back print on Anakin is definitely smudged there. You can see that, the smudge brown line right there. Next we have 3 Sith Lords here, Sith Knights, and a Jedi Knight here. Darth Maul here and his headpiece are all made out of hard plastic, so it is sharp and pointy. Just like the other Pogo set where I talked about the robot legs, Darth Maul also had a hard piece up there, so that's kind of annoying. This Darth Maul here also has the printed arms, just the same printed arms as that one, which is fine. However, the front print of this Darth Maul is very smudgy, very blurred, and the face just doesn't look good either. I think the official Lego one only looks marginally better. It was one of those faces just didn't quite look that good because it's printed on a black head and they're gonna print double layers to make sure the red pops out from the black plastic. So it just doesn't feel too good. And this one's extra ugly right here, and the horns are quite loose on the top of the head. So is this one as well. This one's a bit looser. It doesn't fall off anything, but it moves really easily. So when you're turning the head, the horns might move a bit faster. And more print issues. Unfortunately, this one didn't quite make it out properly. A huge sort of line coming around the center there, and a smudge going on. But the mask and his face here, the rest of them are all printed decently. They've all printed okay. They just a few smudges here and there. So depending on quality control, overall, I think it's going to be okay. When you order these, you shouldn't get these issues. But if you do get any issues, they're not going to be too big. Same goes with the back print. Kind of smudgy, kind of hard to see with Darth Maul. Standard texture print and nothing too special. The face is okay. He looks like I'm sorry, this face is quite funny. This looks stupid. It's like yeah, these two are printed just fine on the back. He just looks really silly. Now, I like how colourful this set is. The characters don't really relate to each other that much, but I can sort of see why they would produce this Jedi along with Darth Maul, because they have sort of similar pieces going on, or you know, like same head pieces there. And recently Pogo has done some Chrome C-3PO or other protocol droids, so we have another C-3PO there. I'll be taking a look at those Chrome figures in their own video. Getting some special, some pretty rare figures here. Not really that rare, but figures in really expensive sets. Now, C-3PO is in a poly bag, so if you buy Lego, you might have already have a free version of him anyway. But for the rest of us, his price isn't too expensive because he's in a poly bag. And pretty common poly bag that not many people want, so you can probably pick this figure up for about something like less than 80 Hong Kong dollars, at least in Hong Kong anyway. So yeah, and it's nice to be seeing you know, new characters from the new version Death Star start popping up in some of these sets. They're spreading them out, so eventually we won't need to buy a new Death Star just for those figures. You can just get these ones if you want to. And having some Old Republic stuff in here is pretty good, because a lot of the bootleg companies, they would just do the most common and the most the ones that are guaranteed to sell because everyone knows them. Like, you know, we have Darth Vader quite a few times, different Sith Lords quite a few times, yada yada yada, R2s quite a few times, and Stormtroopers quite a few times, and different versions of Stormtroopers and stuff. But Old Republic stuff, even Lego didn't sell too many of those, I think, compared to the movie related stuff. So for a bootleg company to go out of their way to produce some harder to get figures, or figures that people won't really know, especially people in Asia, they're just like, oh, I like Star Wars. Well, do you know what part of Star Wars do you like? Do you actually like Star Wars enough to know the lore of Star Wars? Nope. So yeah, it's nice that they're producing these figures as well, and I can't wait. I really hope that the Sith Lord that they produce for the first cinematic trailer of Old Republic looks just as good as the official one, because that was one of the figures that I really wanted, but the set was so damn expensive for what you get. I just couldn't justify getting it. This Darth Maul sucks. The print is just bad. The official one is a poly bag that's quite expensive now because it's a pretty old poly bag, but I'd still recommend getting the official one if you really do like him, or at least get a good custom of him, because this one is a bit iffy. If it looks okay to you, then by all means get him, and that's fine, but for me, I just think it's a bit ugly. And yeah, so overall pretty decent set, very colourful, got many different characters from different bits. It's not just a bunch of stuff that we've seen over and over again, so I definitely recommend this set. If you found this video useful, liked it or not liked it, please let me know in the comments below. If you did like it, please click the like button, subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and maybe share it with other people so they can have a look and see if they want to get up some of these cheap figures. And as always, you can check out my other videos based on bootleg and official Lego stuff, including Star Wars, Marvel, DC superheroes, etc, etc. You can check out my other toy reviews on candy toys, gashapon toys, figure arts, and Figma. That'd be great too. Hopefully you can check out my videos without adblock. I'd appreciate that a lot. I also have a Darth Vader vs. Kamen Rider Black animation on my Digger 318 channel, so I hope you can check that out as well. And if you think this channel deserves to grow, please support me on Patreon. I would appreciate that so much as well. And I can spend more time on these videos and do more animations if I can. But as always, you don't have to do any of that. Take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon, and may the Force be with you.